In Buffalo, this is everything. This team means more than anybody outside of here will ever fully understand.
In Buffalo, we have our friends and family. We have chicken wings, and we have the Bills.
You're born into it, whether you're 5, 15, 25, 75, 95.
People come out no matter what the weather is.
It's snowing, it's windy, it's bitter cold. There's no reason for anybody to be outside. Let's go.
Go Bills!
One thing everyone's got to understand, Buffalo is different.
You're in a place that means so much to you, with people who mean more than anything, watching the team that you love more than anything. Where else would you rather be? There's nowhere better. This is the Mecca in Buffalo. This building means everything.
It's this unique building, concrete, bleachers. Some seats have cup holders, some don't.
There's nothing really complex about it. We love that. That's Buffalo. We are not complex people.
I mean, we got bleachers. That's blue collar all the way.
We are simple, but we have big hearts. And that's what that stadium's all about. It's got a big heart.
That is why this is so emotional. Like, this is the childhood home for people. This is where they grew up.
It's hard to explain what it does to your heart.
It's our home. Yeah. I mean, it's our home. You say goodbye to a place like that, home. Man, it's hard.
We'll never be back in that building, and that's a hard thing to accept.
But the thing is, the memories will live forever.
Western New York is different, and this stadium is different. I mean, it's 53 years old. Represents grit. I mean, every time I come here, even if it's in the summer, and I drive and I see those like seats up at the corner, how do they sit there in December and January? Does it epitomize this community, the grit, all we need is a place to watch our team play. We don't need a lot of other things.
It sits out in the weather. It never moves. The stadium had some renovations, but it's made out of concrete. Let's go. That's what Bills fans are like.
Don't care about the elements, hard workers. We care about our football team, is what Western New York is all about. That's it.
That's why Marv came up with the saying.
Where else in the world would you rather be than right here, right now?
You guys won your first division. It was a low-scoring game against the Jets, right? Like 9-6 or something like that.
Yeah.
On the way, that's it. Kick is good, and the Bills are champions of the AFC East. And the good times are rolling, starting right now in Buffalo.
They called it Fandemonium.
Was that the one where they took the goalpost down and carried it to the top of the stadium?
Yeah, they carried it.
Nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
They threw it over the sideline. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dangerous.
They went up to the top.
It was dangerous. And then it was cool, too, because they leave the goalpost laying somewhere outside, you know, and the stadium crew grabs those things and they sliced them up. And then Napoleon came into the team meeting and gave everybody a slice of the goalpost.
Yeah.
I still got it.
I still got mine.
I still
too.
got
Yeah.
my slice of
Yeah.
that goalpost.
Mhm.
Wow.
It is bedlam. It is pandemonium. It is pandemonium.
There are two things it's a few one or two word phrases in Bills history, but one is 51-3. Tell me if the story is true. One of the Raiders, there was a phone out here or something, that like a wall phone like we had in our kitchens growing up, like at home.
Oh, I know about it. That is a true story.
And you guys heard it, or somebody heard it.
Well, it's Chuck Lester.
I'm Chuck Lester. I'd get here early. I'd always go out in the field and sit on the bench, collect my thoughts. It was probably an hour and a half because we hadn't gone out in the field yet for warm-ups. But they were coming down and using the payphone. There was a metal door that dropped down to the field where the tunnel goes through. That payphone, if you're walking down the tunnel, was on the left-hand side, attached to a wall right there before you went onto the field. And I noticed they kept going down to this payphone. And I think I heard they were talking about dinner reservations in Tampa. And I'm like, are you serious? I went right across the hallway and I said, hey, you won't believe what those so-and-sos are doing right now. They got your ass beat. They've already got dinner reservations in Tampa. And doing that was like taking a match and throwing it in a puddle of gasoline. It just exploded. They just went nuts. MF this, MF that. Oh yeah, really? We'll see about that.
Will it be the red, white, and blue of Buffalo or the silver and black for the Los Angeles Raiders? The winner goes to Tampa in Super Bowl 25.
And then we went out. The first drive was the most phenomenal thing you've ever seen. They couldn't get their wind. They were standing there with their hands on their hips. Jim snapping the ball and we're attacking them.
Boy, what a run. Thomas 13, pass to Reed for 16, Thomas for 5, Thurman for 9 more, and throws to Lofton for a touchdown!
And then all of a sudden, it was cold enough that they knew, okay, let's just get the heck out of our head back home. That's what you have to do when you play in January in this stadium. That's what you want to do. You want to get up on a team so you start have them thinking about golfing in Florida, going back and golfing here. So you don't have to worry about the next week. Let's just get out of here and go home.
It's all Buffalo today here in West New York. 51-3. Buffalo represents the AFC in Super Bowl 25.
Now we're going to go to another one. Like we say 51-3, we know anybody in Buffalo knows what that was. And then we have the comeback.
The Bills and the Oilers ready to get it on in an AFC wild card game.
When it's one of those comebacks, it's about both teams. And the Oilers, they got to live with it. Like we get to live with it and we get to trumpet that game and all that, but they got to live with it.
And the Oilers are just gushing with points here, leading now 35-3.
You could tell people started to wane a little bit. I know for a fact so many people had left, but when they heard us score in the second half, people were trying to get back in.
He looks, he throws, Reed, touchdown! Unbelievable!
Suddenly, Wick Stadium has awakened.
There were gates that were locked and chain link fence around the stadium.
When they weren't getting back in at the gates, people started just climbing the fences and coming over the fences, and we were worried that more people were going to get injured. We ended up opening the gates to just let them in.
32 yards from the center of the field. Adam Lingner ready to snap it back. It's 38 all. Bills can win it here. Wright puts it down. The kick is on the way, and it is good. And the Bills have won it. The Bills have won it. What a comeback by the Bills.
The greatest comeback in the history of the NFL. And we were there.
You turn around and look up at the stands, just a mass of humanity. You can't even pick out individuals. It's like one massive living being. This whole crowd is just one thing.
How many fans told you that they had left, that you met 10, 20, 30 years later, and then they tried to open it?
Yeah, it's at least 1.2 million.
1.2 million people that said that they were at the game.
Left and all came back.
Well,
every one of them.
Either half of them left and came back, and half of them say, I was the guy that refused to leave.
You think about all the different people who have sat in those seats over the years. Some seats, I'm sure, have stayed in the family through, multiple generations, and how special that is, and moments they've enjoyed together. Certainly, I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to the new stadium, but let's not rush to get over there. I think it's special to be here and enjoy these last few moments that we all have together in here.
All you ever asked for is an opportunity. You got it today. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
Let's go, Buffalo!
For us to share this moment in life together, it drives this town like a motor.
In Western New York, they love their football, and if you love football, you're going to love playing in front of them.
To be the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, how quickly did you realize the responsibility, but how proud you are for the folks here?
Rookie year, we're 5-10, playing the Dolphins in our last home game. It's Kyle Williams' last game. It was a sellout. We're 5-10.
The final time they'll get to watch 13-year veteran Kyle Williams greeted by his family.
The ovation that they gave him, and I got to throw a pass to Kyle at the end of the game in the flat. Everybody just went absolutely crazy.
And they are on their feet in Buffalo. And the proper send-off.
That is awesome.
And at that point, I was like, the city of Buffalo loves football almost as much as I love it. That's a lot.
He doesn't want to leave. Look at him shaking his head.
One more ovation.
There he goes.
To be the quarterback here in such a proud city that cares so much about their Bills, it's pretty cool.
I think I was about 8 years old, and we went to the very first game at the stadium.
The stadium was brand new. First time out here, it was just a mess as far as traffic jam, and people were trying to get to the game.
My mom and dad were season ticket members, and we went to all the games. We went to the games at the Rock Pile, we went to the games here. It was amazing walking down Southwestern and just looking at the stadium that first game. The energy, the magic. Watching Mr. Wilson greet people, it was just amazing.
I remember the first play was a run back from the opposite team we played, and they scored a touchdown. I went to the very first game, and I'm gonna go to the very last game.
I had just got out of the Army, and it would have been 1980, and we had not beaten the Dolphins in 10 years, and my dad called me and said, I got tickets. And I hitchhiked from Rochester back home and went to the game, and the Bills won, and the fans rioted, went down on the field, tore the goalpost down, and there's my dad and I, and they're passing the goalpost to us. We passed it up, and it was just like, oh, it was something. It was beautiful.
Yep. Better than 80,000 are here at Rich Stadium in Buffalo.
We come to you from Ralph Wilson Stadium in Orchard Park, New York.
Welcome back to Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York.
I always call it the Ralph.
The Ralph.
To the Ralph. The Ralph.
The old Ralph can't be unmatched.
We've been through a lot. We've been through a lot as a city. We have not won a Super Bowl.
No good. Wide right.
We have not won a Stanley Cup.
Let them shut, hip, save, rebound. They scored it!
We know what it's like to come together because we know how much we've been through.
A lot of fans, they'll look at a new stadium and be like, oh my God, this is great, this is awesome. We have the Ralph, and it's just it's like this emotional place where there's just been so many memories.
Fakes left, now taken off. Gonna run for it, he got it! And there he goes! Inside the 10, the 5! Oh, the play of the year in the NFL!
Yeah, there hasn't been a Super Bowl, but there's just been so many great moments to happen inside of those walls. We took our wedding fixtures on the field of the stadium. Those pictures are going to be a constant in my life that I always look at. It was definitely a moment that I will always remember, but definitely now more than ever, knowing that the Ralph's going to be gone in a few months, I will literally cherish that hour and a half for the rest of my life.
And a live crowd of close to 7,000 looking on as Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens meet up with Josh Allen and the Bills in this AFC divisional playoff game.
Around COVID time, my dad surprised me with 2 tickets to the Bills-Ravens wildcard divisional game. And that's my favorite memory for so many different reasons. With COVID and everything happening, and there was just such a longing for wanting to get back into the stadium in real life. And then we walk into the stadium and it feels empty, but at the same time, it just feels like home.
Lamar Jackson back to throw, guns it into the end zone, intercepted!
Then you see the pick six, and the stadium goes from quiet to booming, and everyone's out of their seats, jumping up and down, and my dad and I are hugging each other, high-fiving.
Good touchdown, Buffalo! Ha!
They're playing the shout song, and it really just felt like home once again. Everyone was back together.
When you're in the stadium, it's just, you get this overwhelming feeling of pride, of excitement. You know, you're ready for the team to go, and actually I don't know how to answer that, to be honest. I don't even know. It's just like amazing. My father actually broke his leg getting a piece of Rich Stadium. He actually passed about 10 years ago. I'm really excited to actually spread his ashes on the field after the game. We're really gonna miss it. We really love it there. It's hard, but it's time.
The Bills are kind of like coming home on Christmas Eve. When you walk in the front door of the stadium, it's like walking in the front door of your relative's home here in Buffalo.
This place means so much to so many people. I think about that this will be the only stadium that I've ever been with my dad, and that he'll never be in the new one. That is why this is so emotional. Like, this is the childhood home for people. This is where they grew up. And you always look back. There's no place like home, right? This has been home for 53 years.
Welcome to Orchard Park, New York, in what will be the 53rd and final season of Highmark Stadium's existence.
And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now.
There's the Hail Mary, headed for the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown! It is bedlam! It is pandemonium! It is pandemonium!
White puts it down, the kick is on the way, and it is good! And the Bills have won it! What a comeback by the Bills!
And all I could taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life.
51-3. Buffalo represents the AFC in Super Bowl 25.
Here's Flutie rolling out, and he is in for the touchdown! Do you believe it?
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
Here's Hines on the run back, and down the sideline he goes. This is storybook, an opening kickoff return for Damar Hamlin, and this place is absolutely going wild.
When everything feels like the movies, yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
Lamar Jackson back to throw, guns it into the end zone, intercepted, and he brings it out, and he's still on the run. He may go all the way. 10, 5, touchdown! And there he goes, inside the 10, the 5. Oh, the play of the year. This is behind Cooper, who brought it in, pitched it back to Allen, who's going to go to the goal line and get in! No! Spectacular touchdown!
The scene here in Orchard Park as these Bills fans say goodbye. Emotion and memories and nostalgia as this 53-year-old building is about to turn out the lights.
I just want you to know who I am.
Let's go, Buffalo!
Let's go, Buffalo! God, it gets me going.
would you rather be than right here?
This was your office. Not only, most people don't know that you practiced here every day, you dressed here every day.
You go through the rooms and think about all the people that you've been with in those spaces. There's a lot of life in that. We were kids. We were kids in this home. It's hard to say goodbye.
Thanks for the memories, old friend. You will be missed. There is no place we would have rather been.
My first 6 years here, we set the National Football League attendance record, having the most attendance for 8 home games. And it was because the blue collar people here, they filled it up 80,000 every single week, man, and that gave us energy to come out here and play.
You're not just rooting for a team, you're rooting for a way of life, you're rooting for a community, you're rooting for people. The memories, the friendships, the family.
This is our cathedral. We come here every Sunday. The memories of us sitting next to each other, hugging, high-fiving after a touchdown, like those were emotional moments that didn't happen in the home, but they happened in this building.
Where would you rather be? Right here? Right
now! No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.